all the time. So I'm gonna make sure. Okay. His feet before we get started. I ordered some fresh pasta. Should be here today. Hi. I'm so little. A little impatient. Let's try that again. Good job. Better on that front. I think every time. This is the one where he got into a little bit of a fight with the farrier over. This one here. I think I'm still seeing that. Hoping these chickens don't get stepped on, because mom chicken already got stepped on today. I don't think she's hurt. She doesn't run or anything. But she's definitely upset about it. And these things are just all over the place. Just asking him to bring his nose around. So a little control of that hip just in case. Asking that foot. Hit that foot. Here, you guys go eat over there. Come around this side. Let him know which foot I'm picking up. So this is just a stance. Ask for it. Such a cutie. Alright. Ask for that nose on this side. He's been doing a very good job offering that behavior that I asked him for another day, which is touching his sides with his nose. He's just doing it the wrong direction. Ask for that. That would be the turkeys falling off the tarp. Come on, Bear, let's check it out. What are you guys doing? Fighting? You're going? Oh. Naughties. And we got stuff falling off behind you. Go pick this up together. So, one of my parents is going to the new home on Monday because they can't stop fighting. And they're hurting each other. The one is a bully. So he's gonna go find himself in a new home. Good job, Bear. So we have a tarp over there, and the turkey fell off the ledge onto the tarp trying to fight. It's hard to have pick up your feet when you're bending in half. You know that, right? ordered, yeah, antecedent for that play touch behavior, didn't it? Touch that belly, get yourself in trouble. Cheat the nose to my side so I can move that hip. They haven't gotten stepped on yet. Somebody else is going to get stepped on because they're in the middle of everything that's going on. Good job. So when I first started this, I wasn't sure if he was that mad about the saddle, and now I realize he thinks that if he touches it, he gets a treat. So that's the behavior. It's pretty cute. You guys. So now I'm going to tighten that cinch one, and I'm gonna move his. I'll make sure I keep his head cheated to this side. And then I'm gonna remind him to move that hip. Big crossover steps. There. That last one was good. Away. Now I'm going to move his shoulders on the ball, because we know he likes forward motion. And I'm hoping my gelding here, that's in the stall, is not going to release him. Oh, I think he's lowest on the totem pole. Boy. He's going to need to know how to move his hips and shoulders to today's exercise. Ask him to step forward into a solid wall is not always the most, doesn't make sense to your horse very much. You may have to take him in Very happy with that because he has a tendency to go super forward. There is such thing as too much reverse movement. Some people, dear goodness, some people don't even teach their horses to back until they're more advanced. And then you have some reiners that get really stuck on backup, but forward movement is required for all maneuvers, and sometimes people don't realize that there's even forward motion in a really nice stop because they're sitting down and they're paddling with their front end. There's forward motion in that turnaround if you want good cadence. There should be forward motion. If you get too much backwards motion, you're not going to get as good of a turnaround. But in this case, I want him going backwards because before he was running me over, so I'd rather make it a little too exaggerated to one direction rather than the other direction. Ask him to move like this again. So boy, move those shoulders a few more times, and then I'm going to do my hops. So right now, I'm actually seeing if I can step his hip over so he can straighten out. I'm going to cheat his nose in just a little bit. So when I push on his hip, I have control of his hip, and he can't get annoyed and kick out on me. He got annoyed with me once today. For the most part, he is not the same little angry fella that I started with. Unless the farrier is here. Like, he's so mad. So mad. I'm going to ask him to move his shoulder now. Good boy. All that backwards motion, he did step on himself, but he stepped away from me and he didn't run forward, which I really like. Really like that. I know. I'm going to have to go get you another bag of. Because you guys are only got 3 horses still. I'm going to ask that shoulder this direction. So much better than it was before. So he had some big feelings when we started hopping yesterday. So So we will see how that goes today. I'm gonna zip my pockets. Seriously, y'all, they're big and they're not looking out for you. But that's a good boy. So is that the right answer? All right. So I don't want him to get startled that I hop right in front of him, so I'm gonna take a step back. I have no idea what that slam was. The horse isn't even near the gate. So we didn't have a problem there yesterday. We had a problem with the shoulder. Getting to the point where I'm almost close in like a position where I would be mounting. I'm going to touch him while I jump down. Because I want to be right up against him because I'm literally going to be throwing my body over him. I will not throw my body over with this saddle. This is a bareback pad and it's actually super grippy. So look at the difference in him for that last hop. He's putting up with this, but I would say I'm over his threshold. Because his ears are back and he's no longer offering behaviors. I'm just gonna hang out here with him for a minute. Now he's offering behaviors again. So remember that was a behavior that I accidentally captured, is touching his flanks. So he's offering behaviors, that's a good sign. When he starts thinking about me on this side, he starts getting worried. I'm just going to hang out over here for a minute. I'm going to let him get over that. This is not a horse that's comfortable with this. There's a difference between allowing it, putting up with it, and being comfortable with it. See how he stopped offering behaviors? See how high his head is? See how tight his mouth is? Notice he's barely even chewing his treats. There, he's offering a behavior, but I really would like him, there, turning his head towards me instead of away. Good job. We'll do that again. Good job. I don't have as much control when his head is turned away. See how I'm keeping his nose turned towards me? And I'm standing right at his shoulder. He can't jump on top of me, and he can't kick me there. I don't think this horse is wanting to do either, but if he spooks, I know from his past behavior, going forward is the answer, and I'm going to always try to keep myself safe from injury. Ask for that nose this way, just get him thinking this way again. He's not giving it to me quite as good. There it is. I've kind of got him used to just seeing me right where against his body and feeling me across his back. I'm going to go back to hopping. super happy with that. That was really good. If I ended there, I'd be happy. I'm probably gonna do more today though, because there's somebody here to help me watch my kids, and that means, you know, I always try to make sure everybody's safe. So I'm gonna go through those steps on this side. I'm gonna let lean on him. Good job. He's such a good baby. I really like him. I see people getting so I've never really followed anything Mustang related before. I see people getting Mustangs all the time and either like not doing anything with them and then like selling 6-year-old Mustangs for like $650. And then I see people getting them to train them and sell them, and they're selling them for like $6,000-7,000. You know, I've seen them upwards of $22,000. And some of these horses that are selling for only like $2,000 to $3,000 have like a show record. I'm like, these guys are a tremendous amount of work to put in to flip, like these people are doing, for such a small amount of money, because they clearly, at least mine, really only bond to their people. So I imagine that would make them pretty hard to sell. Just because when somebody else comes in the barn, they act feral. And imagine that doesn't make for very good test rides. Obviously, there's going to be personality differences in the horses and stuff. But I kind of feel like these are more like one-person horses. If you're watching this and you're a Mustang owner and you think I'm wrong, feel free to tell me. I'd be really curious to hear your experience. The other 2 Mustangs that I was looking at, I think I probably would have already been riding around if they were babies, because they were just so much less reactive. But to be quite honest, one of them I thought I wanted. But when I got there in person, I've literally never seen such a huge rolling nose. I just couldn't get over it. And then there was a solid black one. This one's a sealed bay. Sometimes I call him black, just because he looks black to me. But he is technically a sealed bay. And if I was being greedy, I would just hop on him. But I actually want to hop on him without this first, because that's so sticky. I don't know if I can hop on him with it. But this guy just buddied up to me so good for a couple of circles. I really liked him. I thought he would be a little more sporty and athletic. He's definitely a lot more work than the other one would have been. Wandering around. I'm trying to decide if I should go outside to my mountain block where my kids are, or bring one of the cinder blocks down to start. I think I'm going to do a cinder block because I don't want my kids running up behind them and stuff. Our other horses are so good that they've really allowed me to be kind of lenient with my boys with these Mustangs. They just have to be a little bit more aware with them. So I usually use a riding crop or a buggy whip for this exercise. I have neither, so I'm looking around to see what I can use to be creative with. I just need to be able to reach across to tap on that outside hip. I'll show them what I'm going to use. Good job. asking him to just get used to different forms of touch. I'm sure I can touch him all over with it. If I didn't know him pretty well, I wouldn't be letting him turn his head to the outside. What I know what he's doing is trying to touch his sides for those treats, so I'm allowing him to do that because I think it's a good thing if he feels safe enough to try and get me to work. That was just a noise that startled him. Good job. This new stuff. He's so pretty. And I'm gonna see if I can get him to move away from this. So I'm gonna make sure I can see that nostril. Good, that's all I wanted. Make sure I can see that nostril. See how he's being a little reactive? I'm gonna keep better control of his head right now. Good job. He's gonna be a fun colt to ride on a windy fall day. Ask for that nostril. Good boy. Now I'm just gonna see what he thinks of moving up here. I want him to step a foot forward. So I'm pulling on a diagonal, not straight forward. Boom. One more foot. Boom. Good boy. Now I'm going to ask him probably to move his hip this way. I like that he tried motion. It was the wrong answer. But ask him for one more step forward. Good baby. Did you see him fight his instinct of running through me and forward? Because he did. He thought about, this is stressful, I'm going to forward. And instead, he thought about it, and I had to really step off that mounting block to ask him for what I needed. So as he trains forward, that clucking sound is going to ask him to put energy into his feet. I was a little worried about him stepping on that cinder block, the downside of using it, but he could run into a mountain block too. I'm going to do some more groundwork so he knows exactly what I'm asking before I step back on that mountain block. Whenever you're training, dogs, horses, doesn't matter.
What are you doing?
Failures are opportunities
Get in here. Come in.
to fill in the gaps. It's basically like little experiments. If it doesn't work, we gotta ask, how do we make it clearer for the animal? Notice where my hand is. I can pull him around if I need to. He's looking for his old escape, which is forward. I'm gonna count that as a win.
No.
Not as big of a step around as I wanted.
No.
I see you, Jelly Bean, looking at Mama.
We gotta go to the house. He wanted to show you some things, but Mommy's busy.
What does he want to show me?
You can tell her.
Tell me. Yeah, bud. Your guinea hen was running with your Batman mask?
It's got a Batman leg. Batman Batman mask stuck to his leg and it won't let us catch it.
That's hilarious.
I know. Bryson, let's go change your brother's top and we'll come back out, okay?
So I want the picture to look like I'm done.
Right then.
Make sure that nose is tipped. Good. Good boy. If I can get one more great one like that, I'm going to ask. So I did bigger hand gestures because I want to make sure I can do it from up there without having to move forward and actually touch him. Alright, let's see if we can put 2 and 2 together now. Is it Ralphie? Can you help me? First, I'm gonna ask that front end to move over a little bit. That's just gonna allow me to present that signal from a little bit more of a clear direction. Notice when they get sticky feet, I never pull straight forward. So, good. Cool. That is not the answer. Good. There was some more forward motion in there than I like, but I'm gonna allow there to be mistakes and kind of come back and fix those little puzzle pieces. I don't want to try to fix everything at once. I want to think of this behavior as many small pieces. I just want to make sure we don't get back in the way as part of this. So the other small piece that I'm going to go back and work on is getting him to come up when I'm on the mountain block. Once again, these guys have shown me that they need it even smaller. And that's fine. We can take our time. Good job. Good. Asking to move this way. I don't know if anybody's seeing my mounting block moving as I'm giving direction. Exercise. Curious. I'm gonna play with this little thing real quick. that little step up. Oh. You goofy chickens. You goofy chickens. Mark that effort. That's pretty good effort. Good job. We try the other way. Try to move your shoulders the other way. Sorry. Mountain walk isn't the most steady. So good that way. I want to do it this way. Do I need to get on the ground and try again? Probably. Move your hip one way. The way you move your hip away, you're stepping up. You need to move your hip better this way. This way we were already kind of harassing you. Very good. Good baby. Eyes are also getting really super great when you careful. I know, I saw you touch. That's not what we're working on right now. So I don't really have this under control right now. Because if I am to pull on the head, I would move the hips towards me. But I am trying to work step, I don't think he's ready to step up to me at a mountain yet. But I am gonna bring that lead over on his butt. Start getting him thinking about following that nose, stepping that hip. There. You're close. You're thinking about it. There. You see where I lined him up to? Right where I wanted him to be. We'll probably go back and work on that step for a few days. I'm gonna pop around him again. And then it'll be Bandit's turn. Did not want him to step on this mountain guy. Or that chicken. I'm just starting to ask him just to move sideways a little bit. Good job, baby. Good job. Ralphie, you would not be doing a huge favor to me if you nipped my colt.